happening? Welcome back to the channel. I'm AidanMCJ and today's video is on this gorgeous C2 and the owner is James and he's going to tell us a little bit about it, so let's get it.
I know they hate me, cops try and catch me. If I need help, nobody gon' save me. Never only person I'm talking to lately. Rocking these chains with a thought it was slavery. I'm going crazy. I hop in the water cause you know I'm wavy. I need a hero, can somebody save me? Got 99 problems, don't know I ain't Jay-Z, yeah. I know they hate me, cops try and catch me. If I need help, nobody gon' save me. Never only person I'm talking to lately. Rocking these chains with a thought it was slavery. I'm going crazy. I hop in the water cause you know I'm wavy. I need a hero, can somebody save me? Got 99 problems, don't know I ain't Jay-Z, yeah. Nothing gon' phase me, my eyes will chill like I've been getting lazy. Both of them brothers, they calling him Brady. Don't hop in my water, a nigga too wavy. Somebody save me. Jump in my girl, but I need me a lady. She ain't my kid, but she definitely my baby. Gave you my trust, should've known you betrayed me. I'm number one, just like Tracy McGrady. Life is so shocking, like somebody tased. Been losing my mind, I think I'm going crazy. 99 pounds, but no, I ain't Jay-Z. Just let my son know why you tryna play me. Think about the chances and blessings God gave me. Balance my lows, but I'm feeling real shaky. Buying my swag, I think you gave me raise. Never only person I'm talking to lately. Give it too much, you might slip. I did 38 cover it with my drip, yeah. Don't wanna fuck on myself, I got so much blue hunters, they did and I'm Chris. The band so gold, and put diamonds in the neck, shine like a bitch, yeah. All true, fall for. Don't keep it 100, it is what it is. The whole world so cold, remember the shots and act like that they missed.
So, starting with everything on the outside of the car, because there's literally no panel that you haven't touched,
no.
Isn't there?
I could sit here for hours thinking there's actually nothing I haven't done to the outside.
So if we start from the front of the car, I noticed that obviously the splitter's slightly different now because you had a pheasant related accident, didn't you?
Well, that was the first one. That was the first
that was the first one.
That was the first accident with that splitter. The second one involved a bush and wrote off the whole front end. But luckily, I kept the same bumper, but I just had to redo the look. That's why I had the Maxim design splitter on at one point. And then that wasn't aggressive enough.
Yeah.
I was going to make another one.
It was too small, wasn't it?
It came down really low and it looked clean. But I want to go for the
aggressive,
the really annoyed look.
Yeah, yeah. Other than that, what else have you done to the front end? There's grills, and there's a massive change that you've just done, isn't there? Very
expensive.
Very expensive. I was going to say very recently.
Oh yeah.
You did it. Is the new lights?
Yeah. The finally copped some Morettes after a year of hunting.
Yeah.
And it was just so fortunate I had the money at the time.
Yeah.
Because usually they're like, you're looking at 350 quid for them.
Jesus Christ.
Because they just are the rarest headlights, because they are the rally lights that they use on the cars and the rally cars. Hence why they're so bright at night. Because I had the angel eyes on. Yeah. And a lot of other C2 owners will know, it's like, you may as well just stick a candle on the front of your car. The light is pathetic. They look cool, don't get me wrong, they look really cool, but it's just, they're piss poor excuses of lights. So a big thing of the lights, as obviously they're really bright and stuff, but they've got the air intakes, haven't they? Yeah, well the lad I bought them off, because usually they come with fog lights in the holes. Okay. I don't know why they put fog lights in your headlights, you've got fog lights anyway, but... That's just weird, isn't it? A lot of people, I say a lot of people, I've only seen them a couple of times, they'll take them out and fit cold air feeds. Okay, which is, to me, is just a lot more useful. Yeah, it is. My old air feed came from the fog light, because I had my fog lights out. Yeah, yeah. And it was just, it's not really a powerful car, so it doesn't benefit that much, but it would benefit a lot more when the filter is basically right next to it, to the hole of the headlight. I mean, the other one's just a complete hole, because that cools the engine down a bit. That one's purely just for the intake, but... Yeah. Everything that I've done, this is what I say, because I've had the rice, so comes, rice, but literally everything on this car, I'd like to say everything, and there's probably a couple of things that have an exception. Yeah. It's functional. Yeah. The vents, they're not just stuck on, the holes they've cut out, so they do actually help. The bonnet risers, the extra little bit of air escaping the engine bay, it's just... to be fair, like, since I met you the first time, I've always thought that it was a really smart car. Moving on into the sides, of you've got the wind deflectors. Have you got different side skirts on the car? No, the side skirts are completely stopped, but I put a rhino lip. Lip on the bottom, just to bring it down a couple of inches, because obviously I had the split in the diffuser and the side just looked atrocious. Yeah. Because you can buy body kits for these cars, but I've yet to find a side skirt that I like that will make it look better but not look stupid because it hasn't got the rest of the body kit. So
moving further back to the back of the car, on the outside, you got the big spoiler. Where did you get the spoiler from?
That was from Sit Tuning, and it wasn't even the spoiler I wanted. There was another one I wanted. I forgot what it's called. I think it's the Maxton one, maybe. It just looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I asked them for it and I waited. I'm not slating them because they are cool. They are really good. But I waited 4 weeks. Yeah. Because I ordered it and I waited 4 weeks, and they emailed me saying they couldn't. The mould that they had broke.
All right. Okay.
And didn't have any other moulds to make them with. And I was like, oh, what the f have you been doing for 4 weeks then? Yeah. And then they said we've got a really rare rally one, the WRC one, on a shelf already made, and we can just dispatch it to you and we'll give you a discount.
Alright, okay.
And I was pondering, because I was like, I really wanted the other one, but I'm glad I've had that now, because I've had C-Tones come saying you've got a really rare spoiler. So yeah. I don't know. It does look really complement the car well. And then obviously you've got the rally fins on the top, haven't you? The ducktail things. Yeah. You normally see them on Evos and stuff, don't you? Yeah, yeah. It does look cool on on this as well. So what else have you done to the back of the car? Obviously we noticed the exhaust, which is like the most prominent thing on the car. Oh yeah. So where did you have that done? That was done at a friendly place called, well, now it's called, it was called Extreme Stainless. Okay. Over in Hickson, I think it's called. Yeah, I've heard of Extreme Stainless on the airfield, isn't it? Yeah, they've recently changed the name to Blue Flame or something. But they did the original exhaust system, which consisted of, from the cap back, it was a 2.5 inch to a big beefy muffler using. Yeah, yeah. And I was always going back because they had this nifty trick to put a bit of pipe through the muffler to make it louder and louder. Oh, right, okay. And eventually he put it all the way through, and that's how it was for a bit. Until recently, I've just said somewhere in Stafford, AA silencers or something. Yeah. Absolutely sound lad. I went there after work and said, I'm wondering if you can cut my back box off and just straight pop. I said, yeah, bring it later on after. To be fair, when it's just running normally, it sounds kind of cam, doesn't it? 'Cause it's quite lumpy. It does, yeah. At the back. But then when you're going down the road, it's, I don't know, it sounds like it's not, you know, when you get like a normal even firing engine, you've got like a very smooth sound. This is kind of like, it's got an aggressive sound to it, hasn't it? Proper like rally car kind of sound. Sounds like it's broken, but it's not. Yeah, exactly. It's just really funny. It sounds really good. So also on the back of the car, have you got a different diffuser on the back as well? Yeah, that's a Leicester one. That was off Amazon, and they're getting hard to find as well. Because everyone's asking me what diffuser is it. I said, mate, good luck. It's off Amazon. Just type in Leicester diffuser and keep your fingers crossed. So the backlights, what have you done with the backlights? Backlights are complete swap. They are also, they're not also, they're Lexus rear lights. They're Lexus style, which I don't know why. I've never seen a Lexus that have lights that look like this. Nor have I. Why they pulled the, I don't know. Fairs. And they come smoked as they are. It just makes the back end look a lot nicer. Engine wise, what have you done to the engine? Engine is had probably next to nothing done to the block internally. But, it's had obviously the air intake induction system fitted, which is a badass performance one. It's the most common one for a C, so that was also for eBay. Nice. But the tip eBay specials. Right, yeah, half the eBay build. This is sponsored me. But the tip I recently changed, and people laugh at this, but I swear to God it's actually good. A Halford's mushroom tip. Oh, right, okay, it's actually quite good. That's the blue one with the like mesh over the top of it. It's actually good. Oh, right, okay. I can't. Because you had, when I first met you, you had a different one on, didn't you? It was the normal poly, whatever you call it, the cone one. Yeah, yeah. That came with the kit. And then I noticed when you put the new mushroom one on, I said, is that from Halfords? And you said that it was a lot better, didn't you? Well, it's just, I don't know why. The only problem with it doesn't seem much to talk about because airfit was airfit at the end of the day, but it just seems to me that a foam one would make it would breathe better because it's just a bit of foam. It's stuck in there and it will actually filter a lot better. Yeah. The only issue is though, because it's foam, if you get it wet, it just soaks up the water. Yeah, yeah. That's the only issue.
the bonnet vents that we didn't mention before.
Yeah, they're fully functional. They're all cut out and stuck. Because you see people that just stick them on.
Yeah, stick them on. Yeah.
Fair enough. If you want to stick them on, I'm not going to slate, but you may as well go the extra mile and actually cut them out and serve a purpose.
You got bonnet razors on it as well.
I bought the razors for it, which you must have seen the little black spacer looking things.
Little blocks.
They're for cars that weren't built by French people, because people who made French cars seem to think that it was made better to actually just weld the bolt onto the bonnet and have a nut go on rather than a bolt through. So I couldn't use them because they were that long.
Right.
It was covering the whole thread. So literally all I've done, because there's 2 bolts on the bonnet and it's just on the 2 front bolts, I've just put 2 nuts.
Right, okay.
It's just lifted it.
It's just lifted it a little bit.
It was a waste of £6, but
yeah,
it's worked. Yeah. It looks good. So.
It does look good, yeah. And then a lot of things have been done internally as well. You would have seen it in my private plates video that I had the code gear stick, which was actually originally out of James's car. So internally, there's been a lot of changes over the years that you've had it. How long have you had it?
This is my 4th year with it. Still my first car, yeah.
It's had multiple gear knobs, multiple steering wheels, so talk us about the evolution of what's happened in the front of the interior.
The only main bits really, I'll say something about the dashboard first. The dashboard is completely as it is. I've just sprayed a couple of things that I could take out, just break stuff with it, because obviously all where you can see it's all gloss black. It was just like this grey colour, and it just didn't look good. Eventually I'm hoping to get it
I don't know why
flopped.
they did this.
It's annoying as fuck.
It's like in my Fiesta it's kind of like this, but it's actually foam.
Yeah.
And it's blue.
It's really strange.
So it looks a bit nicer, but this dead hard plastic, isn't it?
No. I'm hoping to eventually get this either wrapped in suede or flocked.
Oh, nice.
Or flogged, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Dashboard wise, completely stock. I set a new radio because that's the only thing that keeps me and my ears from bleeding due to the exhaust. Even though there's a big sub in the back that doesn't compensate either, but the sub just seems to be a bit nicer to listen to rather than the constant droning.
Yeah.
Steering wheel wise, I've had 4. The first one was another eBay special that you could bend, and I bought that before I had the car. Yeah. Which was also neochrome, but it was like a black carbon fibre leather cheap look. Yeah. And then next I had, I think it was a Momo. I can't remember I don't know the exact model, but it was a Momo one that was your basic deep dish with holes in the in the middle bit. Was that Alcantara on the outside, or was it? Yeah, that was Alcantara as well. But obviously, by the time I owned it, because I owned it second hand, it was basically leather. Oh, right, okay, yeah, it's all come off. Yeah. And then the third one, which is the one that yourself and many people don't actually like. Yeah. I only liked it purely because it looked like an Audi steering wheel, because it was just so. Right. Okay. It just looked like it belonged in the car. It was the Super Quadro OMP, which cost me 180, 200 quid. Which to me was like, I want it, I don't care, I want the steering wheel. And I had that I was in the car for a year, but it's just the same problem. I loved it and I still do, and I would still be driving with it on. The only issue is, the suede it just goes horrible. Yeah. Unless you want to drive with gloves all the time and look like a bit of a prat for driving with gloves in the summer. It's just one of them.
Especially in a car like this.
Everyone will think, you need a fucking helmet on now. So that was why I was kind of leaning against getting a wooden or a plastic steering wheel, because I don't know if you remember who he is. His name's Kyle, I think his name is. He came down once in that Polo and he just dropped it onto there and it just scraped and everyone cringed. Yeah, I think. Like a blue I remember. Pink wrap lights. He had a Nardi wooden wheel, and I felt it, and I was like, it actually, because the only reason it put me off, because you think if it's smooth, like your hand's just going to slip and grip. It gripped more than both of my suede steering wheels. Oh, right. It was just really bizarre. And then I seen that at tracks.
Maybe it's because of the friction against your hands or something.
Probably is. It probably is. And then I seen that at tracks, and I was like, you know what, 60 quid, and it looks cool, so I'm just going to go for it. So that's now why I have that.
Yeah, nice.
And then I think it was when I had the Super Quadro one, I got the quick release kit for it. It's a Simone one off Demon Tweaks. And that's just, because the only reason I was going to get it is because my Super Quadro one, because it's completely flat. It's not deep or anything, it didn't come towards it. It's completely flat, and it was just, I would like that, even with the seat all the way forward. It always felt like I was stretching. Yeah. So I was going to get a normal, like a proper OMP spacer, which is probably about that big. It cost 120 quid. For literally a ring that you put on your bosket that brings your steering wheel closer. This was 70. It brings it closer than the spacer does, and you've got the option to take your steering wheel off, which does help when you leave your car when you don't want to, and you can just take your steering wheel off. Do you know what I mean? Carry it on like a man purse.
Yeah, I would do.
It's just one of them. And you also can buy locks to put over these.
Oh, okay.
I haven't gone that far yet, but I'm always going to run a quick release on my cars no matter what.
Yeah.
Because it's just a sense of security.
So, coming back to the sound system, what's the sound system in it? So obviously you've got the sub in the back.
Sub in the back is a MTX Terminator something or another. I've had that since I had the car, who I bought off my good mate Zach Gardner. Shout out to Zach Gardner. Thank you, Brick. And his dad helped me fit that. His dad is a legend, by the way.
Okay.
And he fitted that out for me. That's been in there since, and it hasn't missed a beat. Pending a boot build with the same lads. I've got the sub and I've got the amp. I'm going to hint that the sub is a lot bigger. That's a 15-inch face. It's like this big, so it's going to be very noisy. Nice. Tweeters are the same. Speakers here and there are the same. The rear speakers, but these are some Pioneer make. I don't know. Yeah. I wanted them purely to break up the look of the car. Talk about gear knobs and stuff. Have you always had the white gator on it? This is very recent. This was, I think, a week after I got the steering wheel. Okay. And I had... Was that literally to go with the steering wheel? It was literally, yeah, just purely for the steering wheel. I had no intention of getting one until I put that in there, and I thought, you know what, I need more white in the car. Yeah. And then there's a picture on Instagram of a 350 who has actually inspired most of the interior of this. He's got the same steering wheel kind of, but it's chrome, not neochrome. Yeah. He's got this, which I got the idea from. I've never seen anyone else's car. He had the white gator. Loved it. And then I had before that, it was a suede one with purple stitching, which was nice, but everything just went down eventually. Went with everything. It did, purple. Yeah, it did. There was nothing else white in the car at the time, but so it just rotted. And you got outside lights underneath the car as well, haven't you? Or you did? I did, but I had to cut the wires away for the MOT because they were just dangling. Oh, right, there was kind of underglow. It wasn't necessarily neons, it was the LED strips. Yeah. And they did look pretty cool. What are the seats? Obviously they're not standard. Seats are BB6 seats off of eBay. I think they've probably got their own website, but that's where I seen them. But I didn't buy these. I got these off, going back to who I mentioned earlier, Zach's dad. He had them in his transporter, and he sold me these. I think off eBay, brand new. They're 360. I might be wrong. There might be more. But he gave them to me. I think it was about 200 quid. And he fitted them and made the rails, and he even swapped out the driver side one because obviously getting in and out of a van, it just wears down really easy. I don't know if you can feel it on your side. You can just feel the bar. Oh yeah. I don't know why it's done that. I wonder what. I think the cushion's just gone, but they're due to change anyway because they've been in the car for a fair couple of years. But if you can just get it re-upholstered. To be fair, I don't know. When you like sit proper back in it and stuff, they proper hold you, don't they? They do. They do really well. And obviously you got the harnesses as well. So did you buy the harnesses after you had the seats, or did they come with the seats? Or no, the harnesses came a bit further down the line. These are, as you can tell, they're not Takata, because I can't afford Takata ones. Tanaka. But they're just as good. They pass MOT. They're strong. They, believe it or not, they cost me 80 quid all in for both, which was just immaculate. That's good, that is. Because they're in really good condition as well, aren't they? They're only really good, decent purple harnesses I could find. They do Luke ones, I think, but they're just 160 quid for one set. Yeah. For just the one seat, and it's just, I can't spend. What do they call these? A 3-point or what? This is a 4-point. This is 4-point. 2 bolts in the. Well, they're meant to go to the seats, but they were too short. The width was, you couldn't tighten it up. But now it's gone straight into the body of the car. Oh, right, okay. Could go through the seat rail, and the backs just obviously go to where the old seats mounted in. You've got fully stripped out, aren't you? Fully stripped the back, minus the headliner in the boot, because no matter what's behind the boot trim, it's just ridiculous. Yeah. But fully stripped the back, all the sidewalls, because they were just beaten up, and they do actually look quite cool taken off, because I was expecting it to have no paint at all behind the trims, but because they've actually, for some reason, painted some of it black and left it faded, it does actually look quite cool. Yeah. And then underneath all this, it's the original trim, so obviously you'd have underneath the seats, but underneath it I'll put a load of dampening down. Okay. Which has done all. A bit of wishful thinking doesn't help. It does go a long way. So a little bit just before the light goes completely, because we're struggling on time here, what's the suspension on the car? Suspension's a full coilover kit, and it's by FK. Yeah. Fronts have lowered about 100mm, and the back's been lowered 75. So it's on its arse then. So not dangerously low, but it's low enough to destroy your car
Obviously, you have the splitters and stuff to rip off.
Yes.
What are the wheels?
The wheels are Fox, I get this wrong every time, it's FX004.
Okay.
They're 17 inches, which the original wheels are 16, but these are 17s, and I've also put 15mm spacers on the front and 20 on the back. Get that bit more pressure.
Nice. So that's everything in the car. So let's take it out on the road.
Mirrors are quite nice.
Rare ass mirrors on the car as well. We didn't mention that before. They are really rare ones. You've never seen another one like it before, have you? Well, there you go. You don't really like hear how loud this car is on camera. You literally can't comprehend it. It's so loud. It's an actual Asbo car, like it's a full kind of like trap weapon loud, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I don't think this will be allowed on track. I reckon it'll be too loud.
Yeah.
I reckon I'll get black flagged. I reckon.
Like, Revit, they'd be like, no, get it off, get it off.
If someone waving the flag, no, you're too fucking loud.
It's quite, even though it's like bouncy, it's really comfortable.
Yeah, it's really weird. I couldn't get my head around it. The first time when it lowered, Zach standing in it for me, he said, we won't lower it all the way, we'll lower it a bit to see what it's like.
Yeah.
I drove it and I thought, it doesn't necessarily feel like it's been slammed on its arse.
Yeah.
You feel the difference, 100%. It's not, it's only hard when you go into a fucking pothole, which you tend to try and avoid anyway.
Yeah.
But if you're going over like bumps at 1 mile an hour, you really fucking feel it.
Yeah.
Like the bumps that are in Tesco, if you go over them too quick, you can stop by a mile.
Mine's proper like harsh, so if you go down on the bump, you feel the car go like that and you go down with it. These are really supportive seats and everything, aren't they?
Yeah.
Does it make it like any different in corners having that kind of steering wheel onto it from the normal one?
Does a bit. It's just lighter.
Yeah.
Even though it's a big girthy steering wheel, it's always lighter than a stock one.
Yeah.
When I drove that, I don't know his second name, Dan, it's got the GTI called
Yeah.
I drove his car on a straight and I thought the steering wheel was really fucking good. Get out like it. I was just driving down a straight road. So we get it to pop. You do it in second gear, just sometimes do it. See what I mean?
It's got a nice little bit of pull in second gear as well, isn't it?
I want to decat it because it's all the time then.
Yeah, they are quite poppy engines, aren't they? Just like the ST ones.
Yeah.
So what's your next plan to do with it? I know you've done a lot to it already.
To be fair, man, I'm not entirely sure. Ferrari.
Oh, nice. It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure because I think the next thing, which is the only little thing, is get that crash bar spray painted.
Yeah.
A lot of people like it purple.
So he put something on his Instagram, which is that static C2.
Yeah.
So give him a follow as well.
That's static C2.
Link in the description as well.
I'll follow you back.
And also he put a competition. Well, no, he didn't. It wasn't a competition. Like a poll of whether to have the crash bar spray black or purple. So please comment in the description. Comment down below whether you want it purple or black. The most votes and the most comments of whichever is what that he'll do.
So far chose black, 40 have chose purple.
I chose purple, just saying. I think it goes with the car really well.
It will stand out a bit as well. It's going to be the same colour as the toe strap.
Yeah.
Exactly the same colour coding.
So, thank you so much for bringing the car down and letting us film it.
It's alright, mate.
I'm sure everyone will appreciate it just as much as me.
I'm sure the people who drove past wouldn't appreciate it, but yeah, that's alright.
Well, that's the thing of having a very loud, track-looking car. You just see everyone just look over like, dick.
Right.
So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow both our Instagrams. Link in the description. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Pull up in the gold, I'm leading. But them other man need feeding. I don't wanna go Bombay. Them I don't know what I do when I go from Beeling. Leading the pack in black and I'm on with the bat. Snapping with the phone and that.